Zayden wears skinny jeans. That's funny. Hello friends, welcome. Today we are going to be hurting my own feelings by reading 1-star reviews of my favorite books on Goodreads. Now, I saw Larry Reads do this. She's a really popular YouTuber. I thought it was a fun little idea. I don't have very many 5-star reads because I haven't been reading for a super long time, but I do have a list. And we're gonna start with the Cruel Prince series. I read it whenever I was not technically on like Book Talk, BookTube, whatever. Don't exactly remember which book I rated 5 stars, like what book was rated what. I know I rated the series overall a 5-star series. I could not put it down. I was reading it while I was eating, while I was in the middle of the night, waking up to read it while I was asleep. I know a lot of people are not a fan of the Cruel Prince series because of the slow burn in the romance, which I get, but I ate it up. 384 pages, 0 substance, unless you call pages littered with problematic shit substance. I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. I mean, I don't really know how it's problematic. We have DNF at page 173. She says, how the fuck is this book so hyped? I expected it to be fantasy with political intrigues and complexities, and instead I got high school drama, bullies, and one dumb as hell main character. No thank you. And it has 345 likes. Thanks to this book, my useless ass has something to add to my resume. I finished The Cruel Prince even though I was bored to death. That's funny. And then we just have 1.5 stars question mark? Meh. And then the emoji. We have one which I actually can relate to. It says, should have stopped reading at the mention of his tale. It was really hard for me to get over that as well. It's sort of like the masks in ACOTAR for me. We have, I just noticed that I never wrote a review for Cruel Prince, so here we go. And then it's just 3 lines of dots. And then finally for the Cruel Prince, I think I would feel better if this book had a disclaimer. People in relationship as seen in this book are not and should not be considered in any way healthy. The author took the liberty to fantasize about bullies and their victims. This fantasy should not be mistaken for portrayal of love, affection, or friendship, which I do agree with. It's something where you enjoy reading it, but you would not like it if a guy did that to you in real life. Forgive him after he tries to drown you. We have a list of trigger warnings. I don't think he gave trigger warnings for the book. And then we have, am I the only one who saw all of the abuse in this and had to put it down? It says, character is drugged and forced to strip while under the influence. That is true. I guess I didn't really think about that while I was reading it. I didn't really think about that. Maybe I should reread The Cruel Prince. The next book on my list of 5-star reads is Fourth Wing. I read this last year. I ate it up. I loved Fourth Wing, and I know that's very controversial because some people did not like the writing, they did not like the romance for whatever reason, so I'm sure we will see plenty of 1-star reviews on this book. Gotta drink my coffee. Yes, it's out of a red Solo cup. Don't judge me. We're off with a bang. The first one says, if I had $1 million for every cliche in this book, of which there are a multitude, I'd regret spending $20 on all 498 pages of this mess. And then she lists some spoilers. I don't even know what to say about that. I guess it is a little cliche, but still ate it up, still loved it. Plus it had dragons in it. Okay, we have quite a long one. It says, this book is not for you if you do not like 1. Frail, small, short heroine lead who's obsessed with huge, big, broad male lead and who just can't shut up about it. I do agree with this. She was mentioned to be small and frail way too many times. I get that she has like a disease, but so, like, I have diabetes. I don't mention it every 5 seconds and mention how frail and delicate I am. 2, characters not acting their age and bickering like kids. I don't agree with that one. No world building in a fantasy setting. I heard this complaint from a lot of people, but I imagined Fourth Wing pretty well. I thought the descriptions given were enough for me to make up the world in my head. And if this romance is the kind we are swooning over, I better shift our human species to another universe. Zayden wears skinny jeans. That might have just turned me off from Zayden, honestly. Zayden wears skinny jeans, that's funny. Who had a gun to the head of everyone who rated this 5 stars? Y'all must be joking. We have a 1 star, but it says Zayden could spit on me and I would ask him to do it again. I mean, same, but... Yeah, this person is talking about how the character has a chronic illness, but they also have a chronic illness, and it was shitty representation, describing Violet as a fragile little being, absolutely cancerous. There is a target audience for this, and I am not it. But even if you're part of the target audience, I think it's okay to admit when a novel is poorly written. No? Question mark. I agree. I personally have not probably been reading long enough to really tell when something is a good piece of literature based on the writing alone, but I had a really fun time in Fourth Wing, and that is why I rated it 5 stars. And then finally, you guys live in Delululand if you think this book is good. Not sorry. Okay, one more. It says DNF at I don't even know what percent, but I listened to the audiobook for about 3 hours, and I'm just exhausted by how small and fragile Violet's dumbass is. Yep. Okay, maybe I'm second guessing this now. Maybe I should go reread Fourth Wing and see if I still give it a 5 star. Because the Violet being really frail and fragile was super, super annoying. My next 5-star review was my first 5-star review of 2024, and it was Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. This book was dark, it was messed up, but I fell in love with it. I really did like it. I thought it was beautiful. Read the trigger warnings though, because 1-star reviews for Still Beating. Here we go. A quote, I hate you, I always have. No, I cradle her wet cheeks between my palms and plant a kiss on her mouth, tender and soft. You love me, you fucking love me, Cora. This was fucked up on so many levels. Again, like, what did you expect? It's a fucked up book. Is somebody comparing it to Colleen Hoover? No. I mean, not to exaggerate, but I'd rather die than sleep with my sister's fiance of 15 fucking years, no matter the circumstances. Yeah, so basically in this book, she's kidnapped with her sister's fiance, and her sister and her fiance have been together for 15 years. Just saying. We have, not sure what I just read. Cora is such a selfish pick-me, and everything about this book was just wrong. Again, that was the point. You can't really go into a book like this expecting it not to be messed up and wrong, in my humble opinion. There's not super interesting ones for this book, so let's go on to the next one. My next 5-star read for this year was The Fabric of Our Souls by K.M. Moranova. I love this book more than Still Beating, probably. This is probably my top book out of all of these so far. It's not as popular as some of the other ones, though. I do recommend The Fabric of Our Souls by K.M. Moranova. Go read it. Oh, there's only 262 1-star reviews for this book. How do I unread a book? Good lord. Pretty sure I read this in 2014 on Wattpad, but it was Dan and Phil instead of Liam and Lanston. This is also the only book with a semi love triangle that I'm okay with. WTF was this? No, WTF was this? I hated this book. It was super cringy and I didn't care what happened to any of the characters. Crosby was just trying to do all of us a favor. Damn. 14-year-old me would have eaten this shit up. Me too. 20-year-old me ate it up. Honestly, thank God that's over. Chaotic and childish, tragic. Some of them are saying that it romanticizes the bad mental health and mental rehab and stuff like that, and I kind of do agree with that, but at the same time I have experience in those places and I enjoyed making it not so detrimental, and she did a good job at that and sort of explaining the characters' thoughts, especially Wynn's, in my opinion. Just saying. Anyways, I thought I would go ahead and let you know my other 5-star reads for the year so far. I have Light Lark. I loved the ending of Light Lark. I have Nightbane and I need to get to it, but it's a hard copy, so I just really don't feel like picking it up. But I will get to it. Then I have The Risk, which is the first book in the Mindfuck series. I rated that 5 stars. That is between a serial killer, the girl, and an FBI agent, and he's the guy. That's all I'm gonna say. I liked it. Finally, for my 5-star reads of the year so far, it is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I love all of Frida McFadden's books, but I like The Housemaid in particular because, I kind of saw a plot twist coming, but at the same time, I didn't see it coming to that extent. Anyways, let me know your 5-star reads so far of the year, and let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. Please be nice. My soul hurts after reading those, but also you can tell me if you didn't like them because we all have our own opinions, all like our own books. Don't forget to subscribe and and I will see you next time.